Right, so got some good news now down in the yard. From last video I was trying to get the gearbox in and that on my own. It didn't end up working, so I think it was yesterday or the day before I actually got a couple of my mates down and yeah, we've got it in. So the biggest job is out the way now. We literally just got the gearbox in, bolted it all up. As you can see, we've bolted the mount onto it and everything like that. Bolted it onto the engine. So the next job is actually to start putting the dog bone mount, drive shafts in, and then all the lines back where they were, shifter back where it was. Empty the gearbox oil, put new gearbox oil in it. Don't think I could think of anything else. Put the battery and that in, wire all them up, wire all the battery up and stuff, and the airbox and that. And then we'll get the first start basically. So I want to start it, make sure it runs, make sure it shifts into the gear and everything, and then I'll do a service on the engine. So I'm going to take the pan off, the sump off, reseal it all, and then do all the filters and then fill it back up with oil. So because the sump is actually leaking from the seal around it, so got some of the gaskets put in, and yeah. So today I've got work in about an hour, so got an hour to just do as much as we can with the drive shafts and stuff like that. So we'll see where we get up to. Right, so I managed to get one drive shaft on. Took way longer than I thought it would, and I got the dog bone mount on as well. But I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's starting to rain now. It looks like it's going to piss down, so I'm going to pack everything away, and at least we're one step closer to getting it driving. I've replaced this part here because the old one was snapped off, so I've replaced that there with the one off the other gearbox. It's definitely starting to piss down now. So chuck everything away, and yeah, we'll put the rest of the stuff in when we can. Right, so it's a much nicer day today, as you can see. Back down here, I'm planning on putting this drive shaft on. This is the passenger side drive shaft. So as you see with the old one, it was all split around here and everything, and this cap was actually off. So the old one is completely goners. So I'm going to put this one on it. And then I've actually got some gearbox fluid. I got 2 litres of it. So I did some research and I found out you need about 2 litres. So I've got the ATW90. Says for 4GL or something. It's what it said online. So, and I've gone and got a funnel with a flexible thing, because I know these are a nightmare to fill up. I don't actually know where the fill thing is, but take the drain plug off it and see if there's actually anything left in it. So I'm going to do that now. So I've actually found where the fill thing is. It's there. You can see that. But as you can see, it's a special tool for it. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find one of them. It's like a spline with a hole in the middle, and it's the same for the drain plug underneath. So we'll see if we can find one of them online. So I'm gonna have to leave that for another day. But the other thing is, look, the drive shaft's on. The dog bone mount, I don't know if you can see it. torque bone mounts on. So it's literally just getting this drive shaft on, chucking that back on, and then put the wheel on and we'll drop it. And so yeah, we'll drop it after that, so I can move it out of the way so I can get to the BM, because I want to do the BM this week, because I need that on the road so I can use it as a daily driver. But you can see how much the Golf's actually taken up. Golf's taken up more than half of the space, so yeah, we'll chuck the drive shaft on, the wheel on, and then we can drop it then and move it. Right, so as you can see, I forgot that I took the drive shaft off after I had the gearbox off, so I need to pull the hub somehow out and then slide the drive shaft in. I need to take that ball joint off. I can't actually get it off now, so I'm just going to leave that till another day. And for now, I'm going to get the back end of the BM up on the ramps and have a look underneath and see what we're dealing with this. We'll just put that on the back burner for now and we'll concentrate on this. First thing I see is how rusty that is. Laying on the wet floor here, but it's not too, I don't want to say anything yet. The exhaust looks lovely. Doesn't actually look too bad, I'm gonna say it. Doesn't look too bad. It's the brake pipes we're looking at. Oh yeah. It's literally just at that joint. Where did they go? There. Up and across to there. They don't actually look that bad. Except from there, oh my god. The state of that. Right, this looks like a nightmare to do. Because of these connections here, where the flexi hose is. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Bit of rust there. There's a bit of rust on that side as well. But the rest of underneath the car doesn't look like it's falling apart. We could say that. But yeah, I think I might have to order the flexi pipes as well. That's gonna be fun. I'll do a load of, before it goes for an MOT, like stuff like that, I'll do a load of under seal on it. And I'll clean all this up and do under seal all over. I can't see because of the sun, but I'll have to watch a couple of videos on how to do them, because yeah, they look like they're going to be fun to do. So I'll watch a couple of videos on how to do them and that. Right, so the only thing I can do today is try and attempt to put this new mirror on. So we've got to get the old one off. I don't actually know how to do this. So it's got a plastic backing on it. Don't know if that one will fit in it. Is that supposed to come out? Apparently I've never changed the mirror before either. Oh, that on the back. It's a heated mirror, that's why. Cleared all the loose glass off it. So now I've got some Tiger Seal. I'm just going to Tiger Seal it, stick the new mirror to this one, and then put it in. So what could go wrong? That should be good enough. Got quite a bit on there. So we'll just stick the new mirror to it. It's not even the right size. Oh well, sandwich it on. So yeah, new mirror. Could actually see through it. Right, so we've got a few bits for the BM. Got a badge for the back. First one, this is already open. Got 4 braided flexi brake pipes. The second one, got a flaring toolkit, so we can do the copper pipes. We've got pipe bender, pipe cutter, and then we've got a load of fittings with some copper piping. Go for this one. Oh yeah, I ordered some more copper piping and fittings just in case I fuck this one up. I've always got spare. Oh, I think it's leaked. Probably guess what this one is. Got 5 litres of brake fluid, just so we don't run out. The number plate LEDs, so they can just plug straight in. Hopefully they're the right ones. So yeah, that'll get rid of most of the advisories and the fail. So I'm gonna do that now, but I probably won't film it because it's going to be very stressful. I can already tell. And I've got a time limit, so I can't be picking up the camera every 2 seconds, but we'll see how well we get on with that. I'll show you after it's done. So, I'm having a lot of fun with these fucking brakes. I've only managed to try and do one side. I can't even say I've done one side. Basically, I've got this connection here. Braided pipe straight to the caliper, and instead of routing it over the tank, I've gone around, but I've got a problem here. That joint there keeps on leaking like mad because it's steel to copper, and these are quite cheap fittings, and they're quite soft. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. So I've gone out and I've got some different fittings that feel a bit better, feel like they're a bit harder, so hopefully we can try and do it, but try and do it with these new fittings, because in theory them ones that I've got, because they're cheap ones, I feel like they're not pushing the copper onto the steel hard enough, so it's not creating a seal on it. So with these ones I'm hoping it crimps it as much as it can to create that seal. I had a nightmare with it yesterday. I was doing it yesterday, that's when I did all the unboxing stuff, and I spent like 3 hours on it, 4 hours on it, maybe more, and I kept on doing that same connection over and over again. In the next clip I might be very stressed out or very happy, so we'll see what happens. Right, so I told you I'd either be dead stressed out or very happy in this next one. I'm very happy. I've just bled this side of the brakes to see if it would hold pressure and stuff, and it does. So I've bled it and there's no leaks out of this one, none at all, and if you get underneath, no leaks out of that one either. So we were doing something wrong. Basically, it's my first time doing brakes and stuff, so on the ends here, I was just using the tool and I was flaring them once on both sides, and obviously they don't match up. So what you're supposed to do is flare it once like that on one side. Well, this is what I've done and it's holding. So I flared it once like that on one side, and then I double flared it, so it's flaring it once like that, and then using this tool and basically pushing that in, driving it into the single flare, and while it's still in the holder, so it pushes it in, so it makes kind of a cone shape like that. So the first one would obviously be like that, and then the second one's a cone shape, so obviously they slot into each other. Then when you tighten them, they crimp together. So we've got one side done, the back left done. Basically on these backlights, these are absolutely gone. I've basically got these LED lights for the back, and they came like this, but obviously that doesn't slot in. So in theory what I've done is done this. So they're the old caps, these are the lights, the LEDs, and this is positive and negative here. So we're just gonna match them up to the positive and negative on this, which is one's there and one's there. So that's positive, that's negative. So I'm gonna match it up there, get a bit of, obviously it's not in now, I'm going to unscrew it all and everything to stick it in. I'm going to get a bit of Tiger Seal, stick it in there once I've wired it all up, and then yeah, stick the over things on it. But eventually I will get a new one of these light bars and boot catches. Right, so now decided before I do the other side of the brake pipe, I'm going to do that later on in the week because it is a Sunday. I'm going to do the service on it, so I've got it running now, and I've put some of this in it, some engine flush, so just running that through. Basically I've got it up by the jack on this side, you can't judge this, but I've got it on a ramp this side because that ramp is actually broken, but I have got axle stands underneath just in case. So being sort of safe, so it'll catch it if it does want to fall. There's oil filter. It has had an EGR leak by the looks of it. But yeah, there's oil filter. I need to change this. I'm pretty sure this is the thermostat, because it does overheat and stuff. So yeah, I need to change that, and the heaters don't work, so I'm getting bits down to that. There's a coolant leak down there somewhere, off a pipe or something, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I'll do the full service on it now. Right, so I've had some fun here. That's the new air filter in. The cabin filter sits on the tray that goes on there. Yeah, but I just wanted to show you the difference between a clean and one that hasn't been serviced in about 3 years, 2-3 years. So hopefully this car will be running a lot better after this. Right, so I've got this side jacked up. I'm now moved on to the other side. There's the new braided pipe. Basically the braided pipe went from here underneath on that bracket and then up to here, where you can see how rusted that old pipe is. I literally had to cut it to get it out because it's stuck through there. That's the old pipe, the connection on the old pipe. What I'm thinking for this one is, because it needs to get to the other side, if you see here, there's a straight passage where it goes anyway, but this is the old pipe, but you can literally see a straight passage right the way to the other side. So I'm gonna try and run the new pipe all the way through there, so it'll come along the top of there all the way over to about here, and then I'm going to try and run it down that side of the tank and then down to where you can see the connection there. That's the old pipe, so I'm going to see if I can run it down the side of this heat shield, up and then over the top of this. That took a lot of effort getting all this old stuff out. I had to literally rag it off everywhere. But we are now feeding in the new pipe, if you can see it, up and over. So if you come around here, the new pipe is now sticking out here. So all I have to do is connect it up here and get the new braided pipe in, and then we'll go to the other side, cut that to size and run it to where it needs connecting there. In theory, this car should now pass MOT. We've got this side all done, and then if we head over to the other side, this side all done, and then all connected up in the middle. Both the brakes have been bled, so the wheels can go back on now, and that's me done with brake lines. Never want to do them again. All it needs now is this back strip going on with the number plate lights on, and should pass MOT. So see when we can get this MOT booked in for. Right, so basically I'm in my dad's workshop now. I've been doing these lights. I'll show you how I've done them. I've already done this side. It looks a bit shit, but basically what I've done is wired them in the back like this, positive and negative. Then all I've done is flipped it around like that, and then stuck that to the inside of this, and then basically I put that over it while it's stuck in. So then in theory that positive and negative power in this one, there's a positive and negative on the other one, and then once I've plugged that in theory the lights should come on. So yeah, just thought I'd show you what I've done with these. It's quite makeshift because I didn't have the right fitment and all that, but if it works, it works, and I think they're probably better than the bulbs anyway, and they'll probably last longer. So right, so we're down in the yard. Just got this up on the jack. We've got the new fuel filter, so I'm going to see if we could do that. It is underneath this tray, which is held on by 8 mils. It's 3 there, and then there's a couple down there, but I can't see them. So yeah, we've now got that tray off, and there's one part, I don't know what that is, but then there's the fuel filter. So it's just a screwdriver, get them Jubilee clips off. So with pulling the old filter out, here I've come across a little problem. I've ended up snapping the outlet on that, but I'm gonna have to figure out what that is and order a new one, because that was completely fucked. Back up to the boot and see if these lights work, so maybe we can have one win for today. Right, so they're now put in place and plugged in, so we'll plug this battery in. There we go. So there's the lights on. One win of today. We've got number plate lights. They're quite bright then as well. One step closer and one step back as well. With whatever that is that's broke. Hoping it's not expensive, because I haven't got the money to keep on chucking in this car anymore. Right, so I've just done some research on what that part was, and I've found out it is actually the electric fuel pump. So they're about 30 quid on eBay, so I'm going to try and see if I can order one and get it delivered as soon as. I want to try and do it by this weekend. It's Tuesday now, so hopefully we can do it by this weekend to try and get in an MOT. I've been struggling to find MOT places, but we'll see if anybody's got space, see if you can go on the cancellations list and stuff like that. So it's currently Thursday now. We've got the MOT booked in for tomorrow afternoon after I finish work, so I'll be running straight down here, grabbing the BM and taking it up to the MOT. Good news is I have now got the pump delivered in time. I also went and got some Jubilee clips and some new pipe to go in between the fuel filter and the pump. So now I'm just going to take this one off, put the new one on, and then the new pipe in between. So we've now got that all in place with the Jubilee clips on, the new pipe in the middle, Jubilee clipped. So, and that's plugged in now, so just need to chuck this tray over it, and yeah, hope for the best. Right, so we've got it started now. It does sound a lot smoother. It's facing the other way because I've just took it for a little test drive around this yard thing, but it's sounding a lot smoother, and not that much black smoke coming out, so hopefully a blast to the MOT station tomorrow will sort it out. But it does look nice. Okay, so we have got some bad news about the BM. Really bad news actually. It's currently sat in the scrapyard. So yeah, the MOT didn't age well with it. What it was is I got halfway to the MOT place, and basically the car I heard a pop in the car, so my immediate reaction was, what's gone wrong now? And then big plumes of white smoke behind me, so the turbo went on me, wouldn't go over 20 mile an hour. So yeah, the reason I've scrapped it, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about it properly, like writing it all down and everything. If I spend 300 to 600 quid on a turbo, it's on 205,000 miles, I could be then spending money on doing the timing chain. I was looking at it as, is it worth the money that I'm putting into it? And I've been having a look at them and they're not actually worth that much. So I've come to the decision of scrapping it because it's not worth putting all that time, effort and money into it to get nothing back from it. So that's currently where we're standing right now with the BM. It was fun to do, it was a good experience to learn how to do the brakes and stuff. But yeah, now it's onwards and upwards with the Golf. I did go to a car show. If you've been watching my TikToks and that, I went to a car show on Sunday. So it's given me quite a bit of inspiration for my Golf, because I do want to eventually, I know there's a couple more meets coming up in summer, like big meets. I want to eventually get my Mark IV Golf on a stand somewhere. Be working on that next. Going to be working on getting this Golf up and running, concentrate on the Golf. We'll sort that out. But yeah, so the next video is probably going to be doing the Golf. Hopefully getting it on the road and having a little test drive of it with the gearbox and everything in, and the new clutch and that. So we'll see how that goes.